to DirecTV. That's the best customer. So being able to properly bring, I'm all about comparing apples to apples. This is what you have when they give you this. But I'm also about suggesting upgrades and giving it as an option for the person versus not talking about it and then having something that's paid less to you for non-ARS. And their third app should be done here. So in the office, same as first aid. I'm doing multiple pitch circles, whiteboard time. I'm teaching how to close and how not to close. I'm teaching how to do the closing loop. All right, boom, you run through everything. Here's the price. Now, from the price, we're going to go right back through to the hot spots, and then we're going to go right back down to the price. We're going to ask how it's done. I'm going to teach them the right way to close the closing loop. And then I'm going to teach them how not to close, which is delivering the price, asking how it sounds, and then throwing out a rebate. I'm going to teach them how not to close, delivering the price, and then throwing out a rebate, not even asking how it looks to them, right? So I'm going to teach them that. I'm going to teach them, in the morning, how to be confident, assuming the sale. Looking for a person closing at the highest point of impulse when they're excited. I'm going to teach them how to hold rebates. I'm going to teach them negatives, the ARC theory, right? If you guys don't use the ARC theory, ARC, answer the negative, rehash the positive to the customer, and then close. I'm going to teach them that, right? Because that's a great way to overturn a negative. Okay, how's this sound? I really don't like the weather. Hey, I completely understand. Boom, we overturn the weather. But keep in mind, you're going to be getting this. And then you're going to close them with a rebate. But by taking advantage today, because you have that concern, we're going to give you this national rebate. We're going to give you this. How's that sound? And then, that ARC theory, I'm going to teach them that. So they're more comfortable with negatives. In the field, I'm allowing them to be out on their own longer periods of time. I'm polishing up the pitch. I'm smoothing out any rough edges. This isn't the point where we're building the house. We laid a foundation. Now we're just smoothing out any final touches, rough edges. Maybe how to build better relationships with the customers. How to get up topic, like we talked about. Make yourself accessible for any questions throughout the day. Stay with the rep all the way through the call if they're pitching someone. If you've ever made a call when you were on training, I've had this happen. I've had other people lose sales where they might say, hey, if you cancel, it's a $480 fee, and the customer's like, $480 bucks, it's only going to cost me $480 bucks, and that rep freaks out. But if you were there to diffuse the situation, explain it properly, that sale might not be lost, right? Always stay with them all the way through the call. And then you're going to have a moment after, just like you did on the first, you're always going to have a moment after that. Don't leave the rep. Okay, day number 5. If needed, I train people in 4 days because I spend a lot of time in the morning. I really utilize my morning time. Day number 5, if needed, which some people do. It's either their first day solo, but you're really going to, and you're in the field, it's either their first day solo or they're with you and you're going to show the system the law of average. Okay, so heavy pitch circles in the morning. What's done in the morning in the previous 4 days is going to determine the individual's success on the first day. Okay? In the field, compete in the store, show them the system, work ethic, positive attitude, excitement. You shouldn't need to help them sign people up. You should be there to supervise them. Don't leave them alone. Teach mentality. Money equals people. Everybody's worth $100+. You're teaching them. You're showing the system, law of average. Okay? You're competing to get to people. Okay? Good stuff. That's 5 days. Okay? Power retrain. Anyone had to go on a power retrain in here? You struggled a little bit. You had to go out with someone else better? Raise your hand. Awesome. You guys are really good. I don't know how I made it here. Dwayne did. Yeah. Thanks, Dwayne. Well, when it comes to the power retrain, this is where, as a trainer, though, you got to determine how good you are. How good are you to take someone out, right? When you're good at training, you can take anyone out and make them better. You can identify issues in minutes. I've retrained someone for 15 minutes, and then they were good to go. It's not a negative, right? Everybody has been on a power retrain. You might expand to a market with your top person, And your person will go into a rut, and you're going to have to power retrain. It's not a negative. You just have to get them back on track. And it's going to be really valuable. So this is how I run through my power retrain. Okay? So first thing first, you got to be prepared. When someone's struggling in sales, it's one or a combination of these three things. It's their attitude, it's their work ethic, or it's their pitch, sales. That's the only thing. Something's broke with those things. So in the office, I'm focusing on attitude. Like, hey, today, we'll get this is our goal. No excuses today. We're going to leave your problems at the door, and you're going to set a goal for that day, like I said. Okay? Work ethic, you know, you're going to talk about law of average in the morning. You're going to talk about, hey, this is how we're going to take our lunch breaks. You set up the entire day in the morning. That's how you properly power retrain someone. And then you're boom, straight to the store. You're walking right out the morning meeting. You're showing a sense of urgency. And then in the morning, you're working on pitch. You're breaking out. You're checking their gauges. How many breakdowns yesterday? How many people to the through the presentation? How many people to the price? How many people on the phone? You're breaking that down. And you're working on that pitch. And you're setting yourself up for the day, which is in the field, because in the field, now it's time for the action. Now it's not time to go over what the rep's struggling with. You're not talking about their attitude anymore. You're not talking about their pitch. You already talked about all that stuff. Now it's time to action and implement it, right? So with the attitude, you're setting an example, bulletproof attitude. Nothing phases you. Work ethic. You're setting the pace with your work ethic and energy in that side of that store. And you're setting an example with the pitch by keeping it simple. Talking about selling DirecTV is easy. If my office goes to show, selling DirecTV is easy. This is why it's so easy. And then the other thing you got to remember, being patient. When retraining someone or when power retraining someone, people learn things a little differently. So be patient. Okay? All right. So I got to wrap this up. So we're going into work ethic and habits. You have to teach, and this is learned by observation. People talk to, volume is everything. The more presentations, the more applications. Quality time with quality people. If you're talking to that person that's got 8 TVs with the coax cable into the back of the TV, and you're like, well, you know, we can upgrade your service. It's the wrong person to talk to. You're not showing them quality time with quality people. That's learned through observation. And you're teaching the law of average throughout time. Hey, if we talk to 100 people today, which we'll talk to at least 100 people, you've got to understand 40% of those people are going to have DirecTV, might not qualify for what we have. Another 30%, another 30 people are going to, be the Netflix streamers, our favorite people. They're going to be, the antenna, maybe in a contract. So we're really only left with, 40 plus the 30. We're left with, 30 people that qualify for what we have. Now we got to get 10, 15 plus people, of those people, back to the kiosk, break them down, because these are the people that qualify for what we have. Well, we have to take 70 no's before we even get to the qualified people. But we just don't know when we're going to get those no's. Habits. They're going to observe everything you do. You skip someone, they're going to skip lots of people. You don't talk to the old people, they'll never talk to grandma and grandpa yet. That person that's way over there, you're like, oh, that person's really far. Let's see if someone comes closer first. They're never going to leave the kiosk, right? You say something that's untrue or shady, they're going to do the same thing. Mumble something in your breath, they're going to say this. They're going to do the same thing. It's hard to break that habit once it's formed. Okay? Bulletproof attitude, island of calm in a sea of chaos. That's what I always say. Shit's happening around you. Hey, you got to be calm. You got someone that comes up to the table and they hate DirecTV. They had a bad experience. You're politely pulling them off to the side, and ma'am, sir, it's 100% my fault, and you're gonna diffuse the situation. But you got to be calm, cool. Manager's upset, whatever it is, you got to diffuse the situation. If you can't handle it, get your manager on the phone. Okay? Common mistakes. Common mistakes. Babying people. Okay? Don't give people apps. Don't let them be in control. Don't listen to excuses. This business is like a buffet, but it's like, you know, they've never been to a buffet before. So they don't know, they just grab a plate and walk up and eat it. Like you guys know, you take what you want in this business, right? They don't know that yet. They're sitting at the table waiting for someone to serve them. So don't baby people. Give them what they need and keep feeding them and make them uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable, because the more comfortable you can make them, the uncomfortable become comfortable, which is going to allow them to grow. Don't constantly break people with no build. Like I said, they started with you because they thought you were a good guy or gal, right? You know, they're like, man, this is cool, I'm going to have so much fun. They told all their friends, hey, we're going to do this. And then you get in like a drill sergeant, go talk to that person. Go bring people back to the table. Like, well, you know, hey, I thought you were cool, but now you're kind of a jerk, right? So, understand that. Don't constantly break people with no build. Overcomplicating the pitch. Keep it short and simple. Consistent. Have a structure. Teach them how to apply their personality. Hey, I don't want you to be me. I don't want you to be so-and-so. I don't want you to be so-and-so. I want you to be yourself. I want you to take this information I'm giving you and apply it with your personality like you would talk to someone you know. That's what I want you to do. Because you're going to be more confident, successful, and you're going to be more excited. You're going to come across a lot more excited to the customer. So, bottom line, just closing, is take training seriously, and you're really going to grow to succeed in this business. My contact information, if there's anything you need, you can hit me up front, and I hope some of that stuff helps. Okay?